have tried every so-called life hack. The productivity tricks, the morning routines, the secret formulas, and most of them, complete nonsense. But after testing hundreds of them, only 5 actually changed my life. And I guarantee that they'll change yours too, because they're so simple and so powerful, and yet nobody really talks about them in the right way. So let's just get to it. These are the 5 life hacks that actually matter. Let's start with the one that everyone thinks they do, but almost no one does it right. Always write things down. I used to think, I don't need to write that down. I will remember. And then 2 hours later, it was gone like it never existed. You know that vague nagging feeling that you forgot something but you can't remember what it is? I learned that the hard way. A few years ago, I had a huge opportunity, a business meeting that could have changed my life completely. And I was so amped up, I told myself, I won't forget any of this. It's too important. But as it usually does, life got in the way, and a few days passed, and I completely blanked on what I was going to say. And it was devastating, and that's when I told myself, I will never rely on memory again. So I started writing everything down. Ideas, random thoughts, goals, things people said. And here's what nobody tells you. Writing things down isn't about remembering, but it's about thinking better. When you stop treating your brain like a storage device, it stops panicking about what it might forget. You start to see things clearly. You make better decisions. And seriously, nothing, I mean nothing, is more powerful than looking back on something you wrote down months ago and then going, oh wow, I actually did that. I carry a notepad with me so I can physically write things down. I feel like that works a lot better. But even if you just have to use the Notes app on your phone, that works too. Because the moment you think, I'll write that down later, you're already starting to lose it. Think of a genius idea you had last week and try to remember every detail of it. It's pretty hard, right? Now imagine all the things that you've already forgotten. That's why the most successful people don't trust their memory, they trust their systems. And that's why this is hack 1, because it's so simple, but you might ignore it. But if you actually apply it, it'll change your life. All right, so now you're capturing everything, but what if you still don't take action? That's where hack number 2 comes in, the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. No debating, no overthinking, just get to it and start. This is magic for me because starting is always the hardest part. You see, we don't just procrastinate on big projects. Even little things, like answering a text, putting away laundry, or making that one annoying phone call somehow feels impossible. This is because our brains are drama queens. They take the tiniest task and make it feel like an Olympic event. And the longer we wait, the harder it gets. Not because the task changed, but because the brain built it up into something unbearable. A few years ago, I was trapped in the worst procrastination loop. I had this endless to-do list, and every time I looked at it, I would just go, I'll do it later. But later never came, and the guilt piled up faster than the actual work itself. People think that procrastination is about being lazy, but it's more about avoiding that initial friction. It removes that decision making. There's no more, should I do this now? It's just, boom, done. And the sneaky part is once you start, you almost always keep going. This is especially clutch for big projects because your brain resists big tasks, but it's not gonna fight 2 minutes. When there's a project I really need to get done, applying this really helps me get in the zone and creates that momentum that helps me achieve it. So if you want to start reading, journaling, working out, don't commit to an hour. Just commit to 2 minutes. Read 1 page, write 1 sentence, do a push-up. Hopefully you can do any of those 3 in under 2 minutes. But if you keep losing motivation no matter what, here's where hack number 3 comes in. The never miss twice rule. You've all been there, right? You build up momentum, you stay consistent for a few weeks, and then life happens. Except 1 missed day easily turns into 2 and into 3, and then, wait, what habit? I used to beat myself up over this one. I would miss 1 workout and I would think, I already ruined my streak. I'm better off just starting off fresh next week. And just like that, I continue to fall into an endless cycle of just starting over. And that's why the never miss twice rule has just been amazing. You see, skipping once is a mistake, but skipping twice is the start of a new habit of not showing up. And that's what actually kills progress. Not the first mistake, but the second and the third and so on. The key here isn't to avoid messing up. It's just to bounce back immediately. So when you miss a workout, make sure you do something, do anything the next day, even if it's just 5 push-ups. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about not letting 2 bad days stack up. The best habit builders aren't perfect. They're just really good at getting back on track fast. And this rule really helps you break that all or nothing trap, and it helps you stay focused long-term, and it just makes discipline effortless. And when you apply this, that's when your habits start to really stick for good. Next is the daily highlight method. You know those days where your to-do list is absolutely packed and by the end of it, you look and you realize that you got nothing important done? I used to do this all the time, and that's because not all tasks are created equal. Some things move your life forward and other things feel like you're being productive, but doesn't actually change anything. And that's the problem with traditional to-do lists. They never end, they make everything seem equally important, they trick you into thinking that busy is productive, and when everything is a priority, nothing is. And the simple fix is the daily highlight. Instead of drowning in endless to-do lists, try this. Every morning, pick one thing, the one task that you feel like if you got nothing else done, your day would still feel like a win. Prioritize this above everything else. No distractions, no excuses. And do it first or schedule it in the part of the day where you have the most energy. That's it. One thing, not 10, not 5, just one. Your daily highlight might be finishing a big project, or having a difficult conversation, or working out, or writing that email that you just keep putting off. The daily highlight works because it forces that clarity. You stop being reactive and you start choosing what actually matters. So ask yourself, what's the one thing that you can do today that'll make the biggest impact? And then do it first or schedule it in the time where you feel like you're most energized. Next is the sleep on it rule. We've all been there. You bought something you didn't need. You sent a text you wish you could unsend. You agreed to do something when you knew you wanted to say no. It's not because we're necessarily bad at decision making, but it's because emotions hijack our logic. When we're excited, anxious, or frustrated, we act fast. But here's the thing, temporary emotions create permanent consequences. That's why if a decision feels urgent, it's almost always better to wait. And the simple fix is the sleep on it rule. Here's how it works. If it's not a true emergency, don't decide on it immediately. Give it at least 24 hours, and if you still feel the same tomorrow, then go for it. But for financial decisions, wait at least 48 to 72 hours. This rule has saved me time and time again from bad purchases and unnecessary arguments and commitments that I would have hated. I remember when I first started this channel, I almost dropped $2,000 on a so-called course that would have changed my life and given me all of these followers. And it had all the right psychological triggers. A limited time discount, testimonials, and a promise of success that made me feel like this was the answer. This was something I needed in order to be successful at this. I was seconds away from buying this course. I don't want to drop the name of the person, but you probably have an idea of the type of people I'm talking about. And I just remembered myself, dude, just sleep on it. It's a lot of money. If it's really that valuable, they're not going to pass up the opportunity to sell it to more people the next day. And by the next day, that emotional spell was really gone. I didn't feel that need to have to listen to what that person was going to say when it was probably available for free in a prior video. This rule helped me realize that emotions fade overnight. And it filters out those impulse decisions on things that maybe in the moment you think you might need, but in reality you don't. It gives your rational brain time to catch up. Instead of reacting, you actually think. I feel like the best opportunities don't disappear overnight, and if someone's pressuring you to buy now, that's a red flag. So next time you feel that urge to make one of those types of decisions, wait 24 hours, let your brain catch up and think, and then decide accordingly. You'll be shocked at how many bad decisions you'll avoid just by giving yourself some time to think about them. At the end of the day, you don't need an arsenal of more advice or life hacks, you just need to apply the ones that actually work. That's what separates people from that self-improvement mental masturbation loop into people that actually take action and level up. Forget the trendy hacks, stick to these 5, and watch how much easier life gets for you. If you got value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up so we can reach more people, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another video. Check out this next video coming up, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Later.